Your thoughts?
Hey guys, welcome back. It's Gen X and qwertilify again with another podcast type thing. We're actually just resuming. I can't remember what I was talking about last, so take it away. I know it was
You were
something to do
talk
with. Hmm?
we were talking about Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know it had something to do with that. It's just, well, I don't know. I don't really know what to do anymore. I've
So,
already said more or
yeah,
less all I can say.
I'm pretty sure that fills up all of our points on changing gimmicks in games if you're gonna release a new game and shit. So.
Yeah, well, man, dude, it's just, and here's the thing, I long for the world where that's our biggest problem, is just finding a decent game.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's just, it's, it's not gonna be good. I have no followers here. This sucks ass. Got like one. Okay, so with that being said, you know, we've covered more or less the console wars. We've covered, oh great. We've covered, you know, rehashed games and stuff like that. But you wanna know what we haven't covered is, you know, what are some games that you just find super enjoyable, that even though they're really old?
Oh, dude, GTA 3.
You're really like for GTA.
No, I've always loved GTA. Just because, like, in my mind, it's the game I can sit back, I can get all my anger out while playing it. Like, I've always loved GTA. Bully was also a really fun one, just because.
I've never
You
got
know,
to play that.
Rockstar makes really good games. I won't. Rockstar does a really good job, especially like Red Dead Redemption, stuff like that.
Oh, I can't. Were they were the ones that did the revolver one, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's been so long since I
Revolver.
played that.
But like, there's a lot of games that they've made that are just so freaking good. And like, I've always loved playing, you know, just games I can sit back, I can casually play. I don't have to like actually grind if I don't want to, but if I do, I get extra stuff. Like, that's why I just absolutely love the GTA games. But I also, like, if we're going old school, it would easily be like the old school Pokemon games were my favorites. Like
Yeah.
Gen 1 and Gen 2, probably easily my favorite games of all time.
Which one would you say your favorite is?
Out of all of Pokemon, probably Pokemon Red or Blue or Yellow.
Oh. I don't know. I would go with Gold.
Really.
Yeah. I fucking loved Gold. Then again, you have to understand, like, when I was a little kid, I always wanted. Sorry, stretching. I always wanted to, you know, play that kind of stuff, and I had a Game Boy and that cartridge. That was it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I had Super Mario World also, but the thing is this: it's just, you know, you gotta think of like how much money it costs to get games and that stuff, and when you're a little kid. Oof.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. The games now are far more.
Oh, yeah, they're 60 bucks a piece.
Well, not
But,
Slime
like,
Rancher.
if-
Slime Rancher is actually cheap.
Yeah. I mean, but there are certain games out there that I would definitely go back and replay. Like, a bunch of the old Ratchet and Clank games are always
yes.
going to be my favorites. Like, those were great.
Have you played
Um,
Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Yes, we've talked about this.
We have.
Yes.
Oh shit. Well, I didn't know.
But, like, there are many a game out there that I would go back and play, especially from my childhood. There are some games that, fuck no, I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot fucking pole if I
Like
ever
what?
saw it again. God, what was that name of that game? Oh my god. Oh, it was on the original Xbox. I don't even remember the name of it. It was just so bad. Oh god, I don't remember the name of it, but
My guy's gonna die.
Blink. It was called Blink. It's called Blinks. Blinks. It's a
Blinks.
cat that, yeah, it's a cat that can go back in time. And I played it on Xbox One again, just because I was like, screw it, you know what? Maybe it wasn't as bad as I remember it. It was as bad as I remember it. It's just such a bad game. Like, it's
Oh my
definitely
guy's
one
so
of those games
dead.
I never got.
Yeah.
But there are games out there that I would go back and be like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, okay, the #1 game that I wish they would put back on like the new consoles and stuff, Jet Set Radio Future. Favorite game from the original Xbox by far. I absolutely love that game. But when Xbox brought back the first Jet Set, they never brought back the second Jet Set. I'm like, really? Bring back Jet Set Radio Future? It's the one game I look forward to them bringing back.
Yeah.
But they never do. It's sad. But same question for you.
Ooh, that is a hard one. My favorite old game. I don't know. I might have to go with the Madagascar game from the PlayStation 2. I loved that game because you actually, you escape from the zoo and all that stuff, and you actually get to play as all the different characters. There's this one mission where you're the penguins, and you're on the cruise ship. And you actually play through that. You have to sneak around the guards and that stuff, and then you have to fight the captain. It's actually pretty fucking cool. I love it. As for a game I absolutely hated, I don't know. I might have to have some time to think of that one because it's kind of hard to really know.
That's true.
Oh man.
Topic?
Huh?
Another topic?
Well, here's the thing. I still kind of want to go back to this topic of the old games because we've already talked about this in a previous video of just the fact of the games getting remastered and that stuff, and then not getting remastered also.
Yeah.
And it's just oh god, my guy's dead. Okay. It sucks how a lot of the really good ones, they will never get a chance to be back on a console again. So you have to buy those old consoles again. God damn it.
Yeah.
And then it's always a risk because you don't know if it's actually gonna work or not. And then yeah.
Very true. Very freaking true.
And then also you're worried about like people upping the price on it just because they're digs. And yeah.
Yeah, or they go to make the second one, and now that one's the one that's extremely expensive.
Yeah.
The first one could have been like super cheap, now the second one's super expensive. And you're like, really? Come on.
See, here's the thing. Like if they put most of the games that I played back on the consoles, I'd still pay $60 for it. I would. Just because the fact that I've revisited them, I've fucking loved them, especially the Surf's Up game from PlayStation 2. Have you played that one? I believe we played it together.
Yes. Yeah, we played that one together.
Yeah. And that one's so much fun. It is so enjoyable.
And I hope other people get to enjoy it too, because it really is. It's super fun.
Oh yes.
But also,
there was
like,
there was one where it just was complete trash though. There was another Surfside game. I think it might have been on the PSP. But yeah, no, it was complete trash. But either way, you will definitely tell which one's which. I mean, sure, the Surfside game, it's legitimately just, you're surfing and you're in competitions and stuff. But they do it so well. It's so much fun. And you can just chill out with some buddies and that stuff. And just, yeah.
Yeah. And like, I like games that, I can play with buddies and I can enjoy with other people, but I also like games where I can just sit down and enjoy it by myself and not have to worry too much. And I don't feel like we have enough of those games anymore where we need games to go back to being able to be played split screen period. Like, no
Oh my
matter
god,
what.
yes. That is
We don't
true
have them
statement.
anymore. They need to happen. I miss being able to sit down with my buddies and fucking play Halo and fucking have it split screen and
Yeah,
we're all
where'd
killing
the
each other.
times of like pizza parties and like sleepovers and just gaming parties happen? Where'd those go?
Exactly.
God damn.
But nope, they're gone for whatever reason, and it's just
Well, also
stupid.
like everyone, the whole world's too afraid to really do something innovative like those games were.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, think about it. The games nowadays, they stick with like, oh, people like this game, let's make a game like this. And with the world thinking like that, they've made it to where it's just more and more like that, and it's just less and less of those imaginative, fun games.
Exactly.
Like, here's the thing:
It
is
just throws it off.
like
It
the
throws
Jet
off
Set
your
Radio
mind.
thing for you. Like, where's a game that's like that?
Yeah.
Where's the game that's like Sly Cooper, like Conker's Bad Fur Day, like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, like those ones.
Exactly. And I just miss the old school games that we used to have. They were so much fun.
Oh, for sure. Oh, this guy's got iron will. Fuck. Sorry, if I die with this one, I can't take this guy over, so I just lose a follower. He's got a gang of oologs.
I'm literally looking for stuff for more content on my channel. I'm looking for stuff to add to my own Westlist.
Yeah.
And so far, have a pretty good Westlist set up here. But
That's good. That's good. We'll have to play. We'll have to play that sometime.
yeah,
I mean, maybe after this. I don't know.
you are going to hate these tracks. You hated the one before, where it was just the wall rides. Well, you're
Yeah,
definitely
dude.
gonna hate this.
I still love the fact that I beat you on that one. I'm like, finally! I'm gonna retire while I can.
Yeah, you're gonna hate this new Westlist. I haven't even tried these new maps yet.
I can't tell which one's which. Like, which one's on which. Oh.
Like, that's another thing I actually like about like GTA and stuff, is they give you the ability to make a map. Like, I love that it gives people creativity.
Well, that's why I love Nintendo doing the Mario Maker 2, even though it was pretty much like, dear God, guys, okay, make your own game. Like, the fact that they did that, that is amazing. I love that so much. Yeah, I'm
Like,
watching
I
the
like
saddest
games-
fight. This dude's terrified of poison, and so he's just getting
That's the only
beaten.
thing that's the other complaint I've always had about Halo with the Forge, is it was like, okay, yeah, we can make our own additions to a map, but it's still the same map. Like,
Exactly. It's like, god damn, it doesn't really feel too much like a different map. I mean, there is ways to get out of the map area, and actually, you have to use teleporters. I'm pretty sure that they patched it in the remastered ones, but in the older ones, like Halo 3 and that stuff, the original ones on the old consoles, you can teleport out of the map. And then people made maps like Jenga. They made Fat Boy, which was like Juggernaut. It's just, oh, it's so good. Ooh, terrified of Caragors.
but like it doesn't feel different, you know? Like, if you're playing GTA and you're doing someone's stunt race, it feels like, oh man, I didn't even think about doing that. You know? Like, I didn't even think about doing a wall-to-wall transfer like that. And it kind of gives people more creativity when they make their own maps and stuff. And I love that. I wish more games kind of did that with their map creations. If you're gonna give map creation, give us the ability to do it. Like, give us full ability to do it, not just here's the main map. Now just build on top of it.
I mean, you can delete most things in the maps, like structure-wise and everything. Like in that desert map of I can't remember what it was, but either way, you can delete that stuff in Halo Forge.
I guess.
And so I mean, it is still pretty good. And the fact that they started that thing actually helped propel what all this shit into what it is now. But the bad part is, like Call of Duty and all of them, they've influenced game designers and all those people just to keep playing those games. Yeah, they're fun and all, but the thing is, it's okay. How do I really? Ah, fuck. I'm just gonna say how it might. Oh, fuck me. Sorry, my character was getting battered around for a moment because he's. What was I saying?
How companies have made people feel like playing the same game.
It's just like playing the same game. There's no originality to it, and it's just going to continue the trend of, you know, just make the same stuff, make the same stuff, make the same stuff. And it's just, dear God, I mean, like, look at, like, the games that we were already talking about, the older games. Like, the Jet Set Radio, the Conker's Bad for a Day, all that stuff. It's, you know, that's actually really good because the fact that they've got, you know, things to it. They've got, they've got, you know, their own
They've
stuff.
Got originality.
Yes, they've got originality to it. That's what the word I was looking for. And the games now, it legitimately, it's like, okay, this game controls almost exactly the same as this one, and it's just crap.
Exactly.
Shadow of War, the game I'm playing right now, it's actually pretty good because the fact that, you know, you can actually have wars, you can have your castles, and yeah, and you can, you know, take over that stuff, and it just built upon the first one, which they did fantastic on. They built upon it rather than like, oh, let's just screw it up and make it like everything else.
Right? Like, they added on to the Nemesis system. They added on to,
yeah,
you know,
they took the best parts and kept them and actually just made more to it.
Exactly.
They took a bold step and it paid off. And then they didn't just squander it.
Exactly. Why are we back on the topic of games that piss us off?
Sorry. Go on. Well, I mean, you've been sitting there quietly for a while. I'm just trying to keep conversations. So, you know me, I've got ADHD. I know, let anything that pops in my mind just come out.
Run rampant and go into 30 other conversations. Yeah, I'm aware.
And then we'll go back to those 30 conversations several times. Oh, man.
And it's like, oh, you didn't get your points out before? Yeah, let's do that again. Come on.
Yeah.
Back on topic.
Oh, God. Dude, I hate this world. You know, I hate the fact of, like, do you realize how many times I've heard the term, like, white privilege?
Yeah.
That pisses me off completely. Because I'm not saying that, you know, people of the black community don't have trials. They do. God knows they do. But that they, at least not all of them, but a lot of them are talking about how it's white privilege and all that shit. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? I know several, you know, people of the black community and all that stuff that make way more than me, and especially right now as of Amazon letting me go.
Yeah.
You know, for medical reasons, I'm not gonna get into it. That's my business. I know you know. I'm just saying for like the viewers.
No, I know what you were talking about. But like, no, I get your point. But like, at the same time, it's kind of where the world has come to, where they need something to blame, so they blame it on white people, or they blame it on white privilege. They just need something to blame nowadays.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I'm not saying that, you know, a lot of the points that they make aren't good points. You know, a lot of the points are great points. But there's also an equal amount of just complete, like, what the fuck are you talking about kind of points.
Yeah.
Like the whole, again, like the white privilege, that's the biggest one. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Do you realize how many, white people are also struggling more than even, some black people? And there are black people struggling more than white people. You don't hear us say, well, black privilege for those ones. No. We just say, hey, they've got that kind of life.
Well, we also have, the feminists of the world saying, oh, well, it's male privilege. And no, it's not freaking male privilege.
And that's why it sucks for us. It's like, also, it almost seems like the world's trying to make us feel bad about being born as, white males. It's like, the fuck? Just because some people did it in the past does not make it what I've done or a part of me in any way. And yet it's still the white privilege.
And where we go from talking about video games to talking about privileges.
Exactly. And here's the thing. I get it. It's a dangerous subject to talk about because you can receive a lot of backlash and or someone putting a target on your back, which again, like, have you seen those people, of the black community come on and actually say, just here, how this is one that I know of. They go on and say stop whining, and also for those who keep doing this shit, like, you don't want to be treated as thugs, don't do that shit. Don't sag your pants. Don't be walking around like Whitey's gonna die and all. Whitey's gotta die and that kind of stuff. It's like, seriously. And I was shocked because I was like, holy shit. But then what happened is instead of all of that stuff, being heard, it was, oh, you traitor and all that other stuff. And then another one came on and said, why not get a job? Look at me. I'm black. I've got a job and I make quite a bit. More than I need to. It's just all you guys wanting to be lazy and not actually do anything.
Yeah,
which
I mean, even Chris Rock was part of that conversation. He was like, in his stand-up, he even was like, look, there's two different types of black people. Black people that actually get out and do things, and us others that just decide to be lazy and live off the government. Like, which one's actually doing something for the community?
Here's another thing. Before you guys go on a warpath at us, that happens on both fronts.
Exactly.
That happens for, all races.
Oh, yeah.
Whites, Mexicans, Chinese, blacks, everyone.
Oh, trust me, there are millions of white people that live off the fucking government that just sit around and do absolutely nothing
and
because,
then complain about everything.
Oh, my back hurts. Oh, my leg, I busted my leg at work, so now I can't work ever again. Like, fuck no. You have the ability, get up, get off your ass, go get a job. It's not hard. Like,
you see, that happens with everyone. There's so many people, like, white, black, Hispanic, all of those. Asian, everyone has that kind of stuff in, within their kind of classification, if we must. But also, I love those people who came on and said, you want what this is doing? This is not a fight for, togetherness. This is going to just divide everyone. And I fully agree. I'm like, this is just going to divide.
Yeah, and my biggest thing is about the feminist movement. Like, feminists weren't just saying, give us more rights. No, they were saying pretty much make us better than the males.
Yeah,
and give us more rights than everyone else in the world. And
then also all those things of, like the fact of, shit, what was I thinking about? Crap, it was along the lines of the feminist thing. Just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, they were saying they keep talking about how they pretty much have no need for men because they can just reprocreate with just the the semen from them, and that stuff. It's like, yeah, you do realize there's a flaw in that plan, a really big flaw, because eventually it's not gonna work like that. Like, you can't just kill off all men and then just continue the human race forever.
And like, it's kind
and then
of funny
also
to
that's
watch,
pretty much calling men cattle, and that they should be treated as cattle. And so that's another thing that's like, and yet they're just whining about how they don't have equality.
Well, and then they would like go and you'd see like these arguments from them, and they would just become extremely quiet. And you're like, why aren't you even arguing? Like, you should have, if you're at this rally, you should have the points. Like, what's your point in this fight?
Oh, you want to?
And they would just go completely silent.
You want to know what pisses me off? Is the fact that, okay, I've got to explain this kind of carefully, but it's about the wage increase that they did a little while ago. Like, I think a couple of years, like a year or two ago, I can't remember. Either way, it was that black people they got a raise. You know, their wages were to increase by like I think like 15%, or like no, it was like 20%. Women were supposed to have their wages increase by 15%, and white males were supposed to just have their wages increase by like 5%. And I'm like, guys, again, I realize there's a lot of people making a lot of money, but here's the thing, I hate, and yet I'm probably working harder than most of them. I mean, again, not as of right now because unfortunate circumstance. But here's another thing. I'm not living off the state. I'm not whining for them to, send me money or anything like that. I'm trying to do everything I possibly can to avoid that. I'm talking with my healthcare provider to see what the hell is going on, and with several, schools and jobs and that stuff of options. But right now, it would make it to where my fiance would have to lose her job, and that's ludicrous because she's earning more than I would be. And so yeah. And that's also not fair to do to her. So I just try to do more stuff here and around for her. That's also why I drive everywhere for her.
But
yeah.
like, my big thing is like, I get like, for a while the wage gap was there and stuff.
No,
but
yeah, it definitely was there.
But if the world wants to fix it, don't just say, okay, we're giving everyone an increase. No, just freaking say, okay, now we're making it legal a law where everyone has to be paid fairly.
Yeah,
or
everyone
else.
pay equally. It's like, dear God. I mean, I get it if there's some jobs that are harder than others. That's understandable.
Right?
But yeah.
But like, we in America have, and it has been proven, we have the worst economy out of all the freaking countries. So, like, don't just say, like, okay, it's the worst. It's the worst. It's legitimately, we are trillions of dollars in debt as a country.
But that's pretty much been because of the fact of, like, look at how this country had to start.
I mean, yeah, but, like, also we keep asking for favors from other places, and we're like, how much more debt can we really get into?
Well, here's another thing, though. Again, it goes back into we have to at this point. Because, like, with going back to, like, even the 13 colonies and that stuff, do you see what we had to really go through to get to the point where we're at?
Yeah, and we don't really have many things to export out of the country, so, like, what are we going to give the world? Potatoes?
We're taught from a young age that we get everything else from everywhere else and nothing comes from here, so it doesn't really inspire nobody to really go out and do something or make something. Yeah. And I mean, that's why me and you started.
The problem is racist culture doesn't stop in America. It always continues. Like, we're taught about all these wars and stuff. And
another thing, though, is this, though, is like, talking about, like, racist cultures, that's another gripe I have. It's infuriating when, people of black community or Mexican or Asian or whatever, anyone who does this starts claiming that one race is racist. So it's like, oh, white people, the racist. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you absolutely fucking kidding me? Do you realize how one racist that is right there? And then also, it's infuriating because it's like, are you kidding me? That right there, that's racist. And yet, if we call, if like someone of the white community calls someone of the black community racist, I mean, it's already been proven all over the internet. They... Oh my god, that dude cheated death and he's weird. They chopped his head off. Okay, well, either way, so it's just... Damn it, what was I saying? I just got my train of thought.
White people being called racist.
Yeah, it was on, like, it's even been proven on, like, news reports and shit. Of, like, you know, white person calls a black person racist and that stuff, and it's like, see, another example of how they're all racist. They're trying to push the blame on us. It's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
It's
every argument just makes another controversial racist argument. Like, you could literally say black people are the most racist. Well, now I'm racist for saying that black people are the most racist. Like,
exactly. And then, like, see, that's why I said anyone, even white people who say, like, oh, black people, they're so racist. No, you right there, you are.
Yep. You're being racist just by saying somebody else, another race is racist.
Yeah, because the fact that you're downing on them and that stuff, and just saying that all of them are that way, that none of them can be good, pretty much, and that all of them have that same opinion, that none of them can form their own opinions. Like, no, that's complete asinine. But I mean, I've had that thing said to me even, where it's like, oh, you're racist. And I'm like, what? Why? And they're like, just because all white people are racist. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that happened even during school.
Yep.
And it's just gotten worse.
Or you could even say the sexist argument. All men are sexist because...
Oh my god, yes.
Just, like, no, we're not all sexist.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, you may have,
I treat my fiance, you know, as well as I am ever able to, no matter what. And that's not because I'm a simp or whatever. And here's the thing, if I do something wrong, or like, I hurt her feelings, or I do something wrong, or I don't, like, do what I should, or something like that, or anything that makes her upset, I try to fix it. Not by saying, like, oh, whatever you want. No, I say, you know, hey, what did I do? And we talk about it.
Exactly.
So, what the hell is the sexist part of that?
Right, like, and it's just annoying as hell. Like, why in the hell, like, saying all men are simps is more racist than saying all men are, you know, like, yeah, we all have our own way of handling things, or we all have our own way of talking to people.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know what simp was until you taught me about it. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, simp means you'll pretty much bow down to women, which I think is stupid. Like,
I mean, it
we
is
all, like, just because I treat a woman with respect, does that instantly make me a simp? It shouldn't, but it does.
Yeah,
like,
well, here's another thing though. With that, sorry for taking over for a second, but with that, another big part of that is this: with all of us being either simps or whatever for that stuff, or it's viewed as we're just trying to get into their panties, and I'm like, no, and not at all. Like, can't someone just be nice or, you know, chivalrous without seeming like he's just wanting something?
Exactly. Like, that's why chivalry has been dead for years. It's because every time we go to be chivalrous, we're looked at in a different way by everyone.
As either creeps or we only want one thing. We're single-minded. Every guy is the same. It's asinine. It's like saying every woman's the same. Every white person's the same. Every black person's the same. Mexican, Asian, anyone. It's like saying any one thing is the same.
It's like saying, like, oh, this person's from, you know, a racist bloodline. They're gonna be a racist. Or they're from a murder bloodline. They're gonna be a murderer.
Yeah,
like, no, fuck that.
That's like saying that, like, all Germans are Nazis. Yeah. And some people actually share that opinion with some others. I'm like, you kidding me? And it's infuriating because this whole world claims to just want unification, but all they preach is segregation.
Exactly.
And, you know, not to, like, really pat myself on the back, but that, in my opinion, is probably put perfectly.
Exactly. It really is.
Oh, man.
But, like, it's the world we live in now, apparently. Like,
yeah. That's another reason why I don't want kids.
Better
Though,
make sure nothing happens to these pretty
it's
catacombs.
literally because of this.
Stay on your
It's
guard.
the stress of all the prices going sky high, and then also all the people pretty much killing each other. And also literally,
Yeah.
there was people who, there's this one girl who posted a picture of her burnt car, completely burnt car. And the thing that happened was, she was just on a hike with some friends. She usually doesn't really go outside because, you know, more of just like keep to herself, kind of shouting and that kind of stuff. And the reason why I know this is because she explained it. But the thing is this, is, so what happens is she goes in, she comes back from the hike, and people burned her car. Literally just burned it. That's it.
Not bloody likely.
Jesus.
Run!
And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, this person doesn't really do shit, and yet their car was just burned. She came back to a seared vehicle. Just windows gone, seats burned up in ash, and all that other stuff.
And that's just like crazy to me, you know? Like, why are people like this in this day and age?
Yeah, and again, everyone's claiming that they're the best, and that you know, they shouldn't be scrutinized and that stuff, but then they do this shit. It's like, the fuck?
Exactly.
And it was literally just a car. Just parked. That's it. They went hiking for like maybe an hour. Came back.
I believe it.
That means that thing happened like right after the person left.
Yeah. And it's like, why even try? Like, it makes people think, why do I even try to be this good person anymore if this is the world we live in?
Yeah, and it really just, it makes everything just worse. So much so.
But, you know, the best thing to do is just look past, like, all the other people and think about the good people you've met, and let that be the reminder of why you're a good person in the first place. Because if you don't, then you're just going to have this tainted flavor in your mouth of all the other people that you've met, and it's just not going to work out for you. You're just always going to think about the bad and never think about the good in the world. And you can't just let that bad stuff hang over you forever. You gotta think, like, not everyone is this way. Other people are good too. Like, yeah, some men are pigs, but not all men are pigs. Yeah, some people are racist, but not all people are racist. Yeah, some cops are fucking stupid and they make stupid decisions
and they're like, but
yeah,
not all.
But not all cops are that way.
And yet people are
Like,
pushing to shut down the police completely.
Exactly. Like,
take
there
them
are
away.
still reasons we have police. There are still good reasons we have cops. Like, fuck, we didn't have cops, there would be murderers still running the street. We would be the purge pretty much every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
People would do what they want, and you think that that guys being nice are bad, or looking like they have some secret agenda? Well, welcome to the ones that are going to be prowling the streets, actually wanting that shit,
Exactly.
and doing that shit.
It's ridiculous that this is, I mean, yeah, this is the world we live in and whatever, but like, still, it's ridiculous.
Let us see if today is the day one of us stays dead.
But anyway, on a lighter topic,
Yeah, we gotta switch the tone of this. Because as much fun as this is, it's definitely not going to be the best thing to really be talking about.
right?
But either way, so, you know, back to the topic of games. Games are just, they're not what they used to be. That's why me and qwertilify here, we've started a game company right now. Nothing's really happening. God damn it, I keep forgetting. I don't want this guy to be dead. Whatever. Just gonna gonna kill him.
Tear you up, break you down. And when he
But we'll
does,
definitely be talking more about the company as it grows a little bit more, but it's getting it's to the point right now where it's kind of hard to talk about because kind of going on with it. But once there's more to talk about, we'll definitely be bringing that more
Well,
up.
yeah, but it's also kind of hard to start it right now because the fact that, well, think about it. We've got like very little to like no funds for it right now, as of the moment, because the fact that, well, it's look at the world. We have to kind of save up for living
Exactly.
expenses and that stuff. And I mean, have you seen the housing market? Dear God. Oh yeah, you know that 15 an hour thing that they passed on, that they let go through and that stuff, and they approved. You wanna know when that's going to be in effect?
When?
In like 2030 or something like that. So
Jeez.
that means another president can just push for, you know, taking it off.
Yeah.
And so that way they make people happy in the moment, but
and his brother kills you. It's the
it makes them happy in the moment and gets them off their back, but they have no, you know, plans on actually following through.
Right? It's just annoying to me at this point how much drama is in the world.
Yeah, and see, we're not trying to bring up drama and that kind of shit. Like, this topic got on just because it was just an irritant I had, and it just popped in my mind, so I was like, whatever, fuck it, I'll talk about it.
But that's how you know that we are a legitimate podcast, because we're not just talking about the topics that are going to make people happy. We talk about other topics too. We're
Yeah,
not just put into gaming only, because yeah, we're gaming channels. We're going to talk about other things too.
Why didn't I just fucking brand that guy? God damn it. The big guy, he was already in green. Why was I trying to weaken down his health?
I don't know. Why were you trying to do that?
Whatever. I guess it was just mind of like,
So, because obviously mine and your viewers are going to wonder about it, what is the next steps with our channels?
Oh, with our channels? Well, which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the one that we're starting up, the Punishment Gaming one?
No. Our main channels first, and we'll talk about Punishment Gaming in a little bit.
You know, right now I'm just trying to make some content that's, you know, fun. Just here and there. I'm going to be trying to make it more of Switch stuff because the fact that, well, I love Switch games. There's so much fun. They're so enjoyable and stuff, and a lot of people like them.
Yeah.
But I do want more people to like be able to be on with me because, yeah, it definitely makes it really hard to actually do anything if, you know, you're by yourself or like with like maybe one person. I mean, one person definitely does help, but then also another bad part about, like, another unfortunate thing for us is the fact that with the fact that all those other bigger YouTubers, they've already done most of the games that we love to do, and so it's
Right.
kind of we're the rehashed stuff, and people look at us as if we're trying to do that, and we're trying to just kind of capitalize on what they've done. It's like, no, that's not it at all. We actually we want to be more original, but the thing is, this is nothing's original anymore. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to the world. This whole fucking place it's not you know, it's not an original thing. Nothing is.
Exactly. It's pretty much the world we live in now, where I mean, YouTube is at this point where everything's pretty much going to be a copy of something else because welcome to YouTube, guys. Everything's been done once at least. So,
and also to any future YouTubers that might be watching this. I mean, this is a pretty long one. We've been going for about an hour now. It's how do I put this? It's okay to still go after the thing of like YouTube and have that as your goal, because here's the thing: there's still plenty of stuff to do. Oh, my fiance's calling. Hey.
but
Hey, here, hold
on
up
that
for
same
just 1
note,
second.
like a lot of the things that you guys are going to do are going to be a copy of something else,
Yeah.
or you know,
Yeah,
you
we're
guys
gonna
will
end
probably,
it on this subject also.
yeah. But like, wait, you mean we're gonna end it now and then probably pick it up later, or what?
No, let's finish up this thought. Like with
Okay.
the whole like, if you want to be YouTubers, go for it. You know,
Yeah,
the world
like-
definitely needs them.
Shit, you guys might have your own original idea,
Or
but
like even a spin on it, or the way that
Yeah.
you joke around with your friends, the attitude of which you say stuff, the tone of which you say stuff. It's all dependent on that. That's the only thing that's now original anymore, is just
Yeah.
how you do it. So
but
go for it.
and you don't get pissed off by people saying, "Oh, this is a copy of something else," because everything's at this point is gonna be a copy of something.
Yeah, don't let them drag you down.
Yeah. But we're gonna pause it here and we'll pick it up later, okay, guys?
Well, we're gonna stop it here, and then we'll just kind of go back into more of a podcast thing later. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry about the longer one, but I mean that's what podcasts are. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.
Hey.